up? Welcome back to this Q&A series we have going on here. In today's episode, we are going to be talking about fears. Fears and injuries, because I feel like all athletes, not even gymnasts, have fears and injuries. The first question, Mrs. Laisdy. How do you conquer your fear when you get a concussion or an injury? Knock on wood, thank gosh I have not gotten a concussion, so that's a good thing. But how did I get over a fear with an injury? I'll give you a little background story. When I was in high school, I had a really bad back injury. Basically, I had to take a full year off of any physical activity. The doctor had told me, your spine is slipping and you have a fracture in your back. And if it slips any further, you could become paralyzed waist down. 1, that's a huge fear. 2, I was in high school and I was only 14 at such a young age. You don't know exactly what to do, and there are so many unknowns that I was scared of, like becoming paralyzed. One of my teammates was a quadriplegic. It definitely hit home for me, and it scared me to death. I really took the time when I was going through that process to understand the injury. And how to get over that fear was when I was in the gym, I would celebrate each moment. I would celebrate when I was able to jump again. I would celebrate when I was able to do a handstand again. And that's kind of one way to get over a fear, is having a step-by-step process and celebrating all the little moments, because then you're going to be so proud and happy for yourself. Even if you don't get back to the level you want to be, you're going to be so genuinely happy that you conquered your fears little by little. Tati.Kranov18 says, when you hurt your knee, what was the hardest struggle you had? The biggest thing I struggled with my knee was landings. I was terrified to land again. I had 2 ACL surgeries, and then after my meniscus surgery, I was comfortable landing on the mats, but when it came to hard landings, like in competition, I was terrified because I knew the exact feeling of what it was like to land and have my knee pop out or just something go completely wrong. I really had to focus on my rehab. The way I got over that fear is that I had to trust my body. It sounds easy to just say, oh, just trust yourself. It's fine. You'll be fine. It's not as easy as you think. I had to really think of, during rehab when I was squatting or when I was doing lunges, this is similar to my double AO dismount, or this is similar to how I will land this skill. So everything in rehab, I related it back to my gymnastics so that when I was actually doing the skill, I felt confident in myself that I could land safely. Maya Tiffany, and she says, how do you stay body positive and confident? That is a huge thing in gymnastics. How do you stay body positive? It's easier said than done, but don't compare yourself to other people. I do it all the time too. My best advice there is to be happy with yourself, and if you're healthy, then that's the most important thing. You want to stay healthy. When I say that is, your happiness will help you stay confident, because no matter what anybody else says, then you are confident and happy within yourself. It's way easier said than done. Trust me, it took a very long time for me to stay confident within my body because I got bullied a lot from my body. I was like this skinny and not going through puberty, so I didn't have like the womanly things that everyone else had, and I got like body shamed all the time. And how I got through that was just sticking with the people who made me feel beautiful, which were my parents. And you have those friends who are always behind you. They always think you're beautiful no matter what you do. Of course you're gonna make fun of each other every now and then, but they're not putting you down intentionally. So make sure you surround yourself with amazing people so that you yourself, when you're feeling down, can get picked up. The other thing I recommend is to write little notes to yourself. You can write little notes on your mirror and say, I am beautiful, or like, my body is great, or you say, I'm like perfectly healthy, so that you always have positive messages to yourself. It's like your best friend. You always want to put your best friend and pick your best friend up. Hadley.Dancer, she says, what was your worst fear? My worst fear was re-injuring myself. It was definitely not easy coming back, especially after my back injury, but celebrating again those small moments really helped me to just be happy with where I was at, happy with my progress. I loved when I was able to make it to the next level of like my lunge squat, or I did a squat without pain. I definitely recommend just like celebrating all the small moments again. Kaylin Talley said, did you ever deal with mental blocks, and if so, how did you overcome them? So who else had mental blocks? I feel like if you don't have mental blocks, then you're not a gymnast, or you're just a superhero again. I had the twisties. Do you guys know what that is? The twisties is like when I'm trying to do a 1.5 twist, but I end up doing a double twist. Yeah, that happened to me a lot of times. How did I overcome that though? I had to take it back step by step. I feel like the theme of this question and answer is step-by-step process. Don't jump the process, even though I like to jump the process a lot of the times, but then you get into trouble with stuff like that. So take it back to basics. Even conditioning can be basics. Even if you do a drill, like a handstand drill, those are basics. And that'll completely help you with getting over those mental blocks and fears, because you are conquering each level so you can gain confidence, so when you do that skill again, you will be fearless. I recently got an ACL surgery, putting me out of all my sports. It's been so hard mentally. What was it like for you when you got surgery and had to get it again because of your dissolved ACL? Going through my ACL surgery again was the hardest point in my career because it wasn't my first ACL surgery when I was injured, couldn't go to the Olympics. It was literally the second time when I was in college. I knew exactly what it took to come back. It is a full year of rehab. Rehab is so boring. Like, you're doing the same thing over and over again, and to have to go through that process again was extremely difficult. If you are out of a sport, it's okay. I stopped gymnastics when I was 14 because of my back injury. It was my time to try something new. It was my time to take up singing lessons, to pick up the guitar, to do anything not physical, and you want to take that time and think of all the things you can do instead of what you can't do. That'll make you maybe branch out to something new that you never thought you were good at. So it's a really cool time to take and just reflect on all the things you can still do. That'll keep you positive and help you stay positive through that really hard time of going through rehab. I used to have a jam session in college. I used to get all the people who like to play music, and we used to all get into a room, pick songs, and just jam out because it was not physical for me. I could sit there with my ACL and we could just do something we all loved. Okay, my battery's running out of time. Thank you so much, penguins, for watching. I will see you guys in the next episode. Comment below if you have any questions, and the red thing is flashing, so we will come back to you later. Penguins, we'll see you next time. Now he's on.
Hi, Benny.
Hi, Benny.
Hi, I came to meet Peng Lee, and everyone else did to breakfast. We woke up really early, but it was worth it.
And yeah, it was totally. I would like to give a shout out to Rachel.
Do you see how it spins? Watch.
Yeah. It's a spinny camera.
Whoa! Let me make it spin again. Watch. Wow!